Welcome to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most important global rivalries, the economic battle between the United States and China. From tariffs and trade disputes to production power, global influence, and the race for future technologies, let's break it all down. Section 1. Tariffs and trade disputes. The trade war started in 2018 with U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods. China responded with its own measures. The Phase 1 deal in 2020 promised structural reforms and large purchases, but most targets weren't met. Today, tariffs have reached historic highs. Both countries now apply duties of around 125% on each other's products. This has raised costs for businesses and consumers worldwide. Section 2. Economic interdependence. Despite the conflict, the two economies remain deeply linked. The US depends on China for batteries, solar panels, and electronics. China relies on the US for soybeans and advanced technology. This mutual dependence makes the rivalry complicated. Neither side can fully decouple without serious consequences. Section 3. Production power and global competition. China now produces nearly 30% of the world's manufacturing output, while the US produces around 17%. In clean energy and electric vehicles, China is years ahead thanks to its massive scale and lower costs. The US is trying to counter with laws like the CHIPS Act, but catching up is a huge challenge. Section 4. Future scenarios. Where could this lead? If tariffs remain, consumers face higher prices for electronics, cars, and everyday goods. Companies will keep shifting supply chains toward Mexico and Southeast Asia. Meanwhile, China could expand its global reach by offering cheaper technology to developing nations. Section 5. Soybeans and lithium-ion batteries. Two products symbolize this rivalry. Soybeans, critical for China's food supply. Any cut in imports disrupts its livestock industry. Lithium-ion batteries, the core of electric vehicles. China dominates production, giving its car industry a huge edge in the global EV race. When viewed as a result, the US-China rivalry is more than just tariffs and trade statistics. It's about who sets the rules for the global economy. China's strength lies in its manufacturing dominance, scale, and cost advantage. It is already the world leader in solar panels, batteries, and electric vehicles, and it will likely continue expanding its influence across developing markets. With initiatives like the Belt and Road, China is not only selling products, but also building long-term economic ties that extend its reach far beyond Asia. The United States, on the other hand, still maintains a technological edge in advanced semiconductors, artificial intelligence, aerospace, and financial systems. Its network of alliances gives it leverage, but Washington faces the difficult task of protecting its high-tech industries while keeping consumer prices under control. For consumers, this rivalry means higher prices in the short term and more fragmented markets in the long term. We may see parallel ecosystems emerging, one led by the US and its allies, another centered on China. That could mean different standards, technologies, and even supply chains. For producers, the message is clear: diversify or risk being caught in the crossfire. Companies that adapt by moving production to new regions or by redesigning supply chains will survive. Those that don't may lose access to key markets. As for the future balance of power, China is unlikely to fully replace the US as the world's dominant superpower in the next decade, but it is becoming the undisputed leader in green technologies and mass production. The US will remain strong in innovation and high-end industries. The real question is not who wins outright, but whether the world will split into two competing economic blocs. In short, the US-China conflict is not just a trade war, it is the defining struggle of the 21st century, and the outcome will shape the way we produce, consume, and live for decades to come. That's the story behind the US-China trade war. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you next time.